guys, it's Izzy here, and today I'm going to be showing y'all my top 5 favorite rock and roll bands of all time, and they're probably my top 5 favorite bands anyway. The only reason I say rock and roll is because One Direction has a special place in my heart. They've been in my life since like 2011, and that is a pretty long time, but they're not going to be in this video, but I did want to give them an honorable mention before we jump into this video. But let's get into this video. So we're going to be going from 5 to 1, and I have vinyls for all of these bands. I almost give y'all a little spoiler, but let's get into this. So for number 5, we have Van Halen. So this is Van Halen 2. This is not my favorite Van Halen album. My favorite one is their debut album, just Van Halen, but I have not been able to find that on vinyl. I do have it on CD, but none of my cars have CD players anymore, which sucks that cars don't have CD players anymore, because I have hundreds of CDs and I don't want to sell them, because I do plan on buying a CD player how I have a record player. I'm gonna put the CD player in the other room, because that's mainly where I listen to music, is when I'm gaming and writing, stuff like that. So I probably am gonna buy a CD player. But this is Van Halen 2. I got this in Durham, North Carolina at a vinyl shop near Duke. And yeah, so Van Halen. Our next one. Okay, so this one is kind of, I don't know who to consider. So first we have Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and this is the Italian version. The songs are in English, obviously, but this was the printed in Italy and all that. And this is a vintage one, and I do have it in a protective sleeve just because it is old and one of my favorites. So I don't know if I should count this, because I feel like this is Tom Petty and then guys in the background, not really a band, even though it is, but I feel like Tom Petty is the main act here, so I don't know if I should consider this my 4th favorite band. So if I'm not considering Tom Petty, it would be the Rolling Stones, and this is Some Girls. I'm gonna say, I don't know, it's hard to pick a favorite Stones record. There are so many. I got this for Christmas a few years ago, so Some Girls is, I'm gonna say it's my favorite. Yeah, the Stones, I mean, how can they not be in your top 5? They are just great, and obviously, as I said, they've been around for like 50 years, like 55, and that's crazy that they're still going, and they're on tour right now as we speak, or about to go on tour. So number 3, right there, is Queen, and that is the in-sleeve for this, and this is another vintage one, and this is the game. This isn't my favorite Queen record. I do have my favorite Queen record, but this is just the one that I picked out first. My favorite one is Night at the Opera, and Queen is just such a great band, and I'm so happy that Bohemian Rhapsody is bringing a lot of recognition to them, and I feel like Bohemian Rhapsody is really bringing rock and roll back into the mainstream, because rock and roll, I don't think, was dead. You just had to go and dig deeper to find it. It's not usually played on the radio as much. I don't think I've ever heard like Greta Van Fleet or the Struts. I know those two are always put together, but I don't think I've ever heard them on like a pop station, a top 40 station. So it's, I don't, you have to really dig to find rock music, but I do feel like Queen is bringing it back, and Queen is going on tour this summer as well, if you want to check that out. But let me tell you, the majority of the shows are sold out. All the ones around me are sold out, which is so sad, because I really wanted to see them, but it's okay. So moving into our number 2 slot is Motley Crue, another one who's recently had a biopic come out. I got this record at a kind of retro shop. The record's not retro, but in Myrtle Beach, and this is Girls, Girls, Girls. I don't know if I said that. I really love Girls, Girls, Girls. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite. I think I really like their first album, and then I like Shot at the Devil, But again, Motley Crue, they're my second favorite band. They have tons of my favorite songs. I love them. They're one of my longest time bands. Yeah, I love Motley Crue. They're so fun to listen to, and that's for a lot of hair metal. I feel like hair metal is fun, and that's what I want to get out of it. So now, for my number one favorite band is Guns N' Roses with Appetite for Destruction, which I think is the best debut album ever. But I mean, there are so many good debut albums, especially back then, because people weren't trying just to get that hit on the charts. They were putting their heart and soul into music, and that is our problem with today. I don't think a lot of these songs who are in the top 40 are going to be remembered, because these people aren't really, they're just trying to make it big. These records, all that I've shown you, were actually, they were passionate about what they were doing. They weren't just doing it for the money and whatnot. I mean, obviously they did make tons of money, like, yeah, but still. So Guns N' Roses are my all-time favorite band. Every time I mention them, I'm like, I saw them in Atlanta on the Not in This Lifetime tour. And yesterday they did announce they are adding more shows. They are starting in Charlotte, which is like my home city. So that's really cool. I'm not gonna go, I don't think I am, because I'm just not. It's the same stylist and everything, and way too expensive. Yeah, their tickets, I had floor seats when I saw them at Georgia Dome, which is not there anymore. Yeah, I was literally like a few rows from Axl Rose, right there. Crazy. I love this record. It just means so much to me. I just love it. Rocket Queen's probably my favorite song on here, but there are so many good ones. There's Sweet Child of Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, like, it's crazy. Paradise City, such a good debut album. Like, these debut albums blow my mind. Like, they were all like my age when this came out. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, so those are my top 5 favorite bands of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on Thursday with a new video. Bye guys.